Hi everybody, and welcome to Drawing with Mr. Jason. That's me! Today we have a very special drawing. In fact, we have 4 special little drawings. What we're going to do first is we're going to take our paper and we're going to fold it in half. So you're going to take the corners on one side, fold the paper in half, meet it up with the corners on the other side right there. You can see how those 2 corners. You say, hey, how you doing? Right there, meeting. And then pinch the paper and fold it. Other side. Meet the corners up. Fold it. But we're not done. Now, you have a little booklet. We're going to take these top 2 corners and fold it down so that the corners meet again. And fold it in half. So what you get, you open up your paper, is 4 little rectangles. With your 4 little rectangles, be sure to draw it that way. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to draw with a paper portrait so that it's much taller than it is wide. Tall, not so wide. As always, you'll need a pencil, an eraser, and if you want to color it later, maybe as a gift for somebody, you'll have to get the tools to color with. I'm going to use the Sharpie so that it's a little easier to see on the screen. In this top left-hand corner, left, like my hand's an L, left, we're going to draw a Christmas tree. We're going to start with the top part of the tree, and we're going to do a diagonal line and a diagonal line. I'm going to connect the bottom part with a wavy line. Underneath those, we're going to do diagonal line, diagonal line. And connect the bottom with another wavy line. And we're going to do it one more time. Diagonal line, diagonal line, and connect them with a wavy line. The bottom of the tree, that'll be the tree trunk. So 2 little curved lines, maybe just a couple little lines to show some texture on that. And then this is a tree that's growing in the snow, so a wavy line to show some snow there. At the top of the tree, we're going to draw the star. So draw a straight line across the top of our tree. A little diagonal line. And for the star, we're going to draw a V above the V. Just a up arrow. And then on the side, a side arrow. The other side, another side arrow. And in each of these little gaps here, we're going to do that same exact shape, just kind of an arrowhead shape. And that's the star on top of the tree. Our Christmas tree needs some lights, so what you can do is just draw a bunch of little circles and a diagonal line. Bring it up closer so you can see what I did, because the pen makes it look like a line, but just a bunch of little circles going up at an angle on each one of these sections of tree. So we'll do it again over here. Diagonal line of little circles. And then in this last section, another diagonal line of little circles. So those can be our Christmas lights. Holiday lights. Then for the ornaments, you can do different kinds of shapes. You can have a circle ornament. You can have kind of a pointy ornament. Maybe you have a square ornament. Just fill your tree with ornaments. Any shapes that you like. We're going to try to keep this a little simple. fill your tree with ornaments. Over to the side of this majestic tree, we're going to have another smaller tree off to the side. So a zigzag line going up. We're not going to cross this line where the paper's folded, so we're going to do a zigzag going the other way. And then kind of a wavy line to make it look a little bit more like a tree. Do one on this side as well. Zigzag up. Zigzag down, and then a wavy line in from the zigzags just to make it look a little bit more like a tree. A line behind our Christmas tree, showing that it's on a field almost all by itself. A wavy line for mountains in the background, and little circles falling, showing snow. We don't get a whole lot of that in California, but it is pretty fun. And then here in the foreground, that's the bottom part of this top triangle. We're going to draw a curved line, and then a couple of branches coming off of it, and then some needles coming off. Those are just little bitty dash lines. I'll bring it up a little closer to show you what I meant. So it's just a curved line and some branches coming off. Then a circle. And then a line coming from the circle to the top of that little stick. A little wavy line at the bottom. So we have a really beautiful Christmas tree and then a little bitty Charlie Brown Christmas tree in the front. Now we're going to switch to the right top rectangle. We're going to draw a snowflake. We're going to start with just a straight line up and down. Then we're going to draw an X across the middle of this straight line. So I'm going to put a little dot about where the middle of the line is, just so I can try to hit it with my lines. So we're going to draw the first part of the X, come right through that part, and then go up the other way. So it should look like that. Now this is the fun part. Well, it's all fun, I think. We're going to draw, just like we did in the star over here, this shape. We're going to draw a kind of a triangular shape that goes to the middle and then comes back down. Go out to about halfway, come down. Go to halfway, come down. Go up to about halfway in that gap and come back down. In this gap, draw up and then come back down. Draw up and come back down. So that it goes around the tree. It's a little lopsided in my drawing, but that's okay. It's a snowflake. Sometimes they're not perfect, and that's okay. At the top of every one of those little points, just draw a straight little line. At the end of each of those little lines, we're going to draw a diamond shape. And a diamond is basically just a square on its side. So diagonal line, and then close it, diagonal line, diagonal line. Diagonal line, diagonal line, close, diagonal line, diagonal line. Diagonal line up, diagonal line down. Diagonal line up, diagonal line down. So a little diamond on each one of those little lines. Now on each of those longer lines near the end, we're going to draw diagonal lines going up. On this one, same thing. Diagonal lines going out. Right here, diagonal lines going out. It's just like a pattern. Diagonal lines, diagonal lines. Same thing over here. Diagonal lines, diagonal lines. This is starting to look a little bit like a snowflake. And finish that off with two more diagonal lines. That's a snowflake, and then we're going to draw little circles in the background. So our snowflake has some buddies. Maybe a wavy line showing the ground. And that is a snowflake. Bottom left rectangle, we're going to draw a present. Okay, so we're going to start with this shape. It's going to be a tear shape, kind of a curved. See how it's kind of like a tear? And then we'll draw another one just like it on the other side. Almost look like sunglasses upside down. Inside of this, we're going to go over just a little bit, go up on a curved line, and come down on both sides. And we're going to come back over on this side and draw a curved line that comes back to the middle here. That's the top part of our ribbon. Then we're going to draw the bottom part of the ribbon. Diagonal line, diagonal line. And close it with another set of diagonal lines. We're going to do another one right over here. Diagonal line, diagonal line. Close it with two more diagonal lines. Well, that's just the ribbon. And we need the present itself. We're going to draw a straight line across. Two vertical lines that go up and down. And then connect those. When I get to the ribbon, make sure to stop, imagine where it goes, draw the line, stop, and then close it. Draw the rest of our box, line up and down, line up and down, and our present's in the snow, so do a wavy line. It needs some ribbons, so we're going to draw some vertical lines going there, and vertical lines coming down there. And you can color that ribbon any way you want. Just like the other parts of our drawing, there'll be little circles of snow coming down on top of our present. And the last part of our drawing is we're going to draw an ambulance. So we're going to start with the shape of the ambulance. It's going to be a curved line. It's going to come up, straight line across. We're going to come down and draw a little bumper. A little bumper on the front. And we're going to draw where the tire goes. Straight line. Where the tire goes. Straight line. On top of our ambulance, little rectangle. And then the top of the siren. That was just diagonal line, straight line, diagonal line, little dot. And then short little lines to show that it's flashing. Inside this curve place, we're going to draw an oval for the tire, another oval for the tire and the other one, the inside part of the tire, and then a dot. And it's speeding along, so little curved lines behind the tire. Line for the road it's driving on. Triangle, that's the rear view mirror so they can see what's behind them. Diagonal line. Straight line. Come down and close that window. And some little bitty lines just to show that it's glass. Strong oval there for the headlight. A line across the bottom. And then we're going to draw the straight line, horizontal line, straight line. Two more straight lines there. Two lines down. Straight line, straight line. Two lines down. Close it. Like all of our other pictures, little circles for the snow falling down. And I'm going to write this really fast. Miss V, hopefully you can pause because my timer's just about out. We're going to say thank you to all the first responders that are helping in this special time. Those are our 4 drawings for this holiday season. Mr. Jason says happy holidays, and I will see you next year.